throne, under a heavy pine chair, just a match and a cutter in the evening air. I leave the phone on the table, leave the world at the door. Don't need the noise or the grip of the floor. Just a cedar and the leaf and the blue-gray trail, watching shadows grow long over the rusted rail. It's a 60-minute mercy, a slow burning grace, before I head to the lounge, to my rightful place. The torch flame flickers, the ash starts to gray. Wash the dust of the valley and the burdens away. So keep them lit, guys, let the thick clouds roll. There's a healing in the embers for a weary soul. From the pondering porch to the leather and the grain, where the kings of the smoke, where the salt of the plain. Pass the fire to your brother, let the circle sit till the last draw's taken. Keep 'em lit. Step through the cedar door, smell the bourbon and the age. Another chapter written on a tobacco page. There's a trucker, a lawman, and a hand from the mill, sharing stories in silence while the clock stands still. No man is a stranger once the cap is cut. We leave the pride and the labels in a gravelly rut. It's a brotherhood bonded by the ring and the rap, with the weight of the week falling into our laps. So keep 'em lit, guys, let the thick clouds roll. There's a healing in the embers for a weary soul. From the pondering porch to the leather and the grain, where the kings of the smoke, where the salt of the plain. Pass the fire to your brother, let the circle sit till the last draw's taken. Keep 'em lit. It ain't about the habit, it ain't about the vice. It's the ritual of brothers, where the soul finds its price. In the haze, we are steady. In the smoke, we are one. In the smoke, we are one. Let the thick clouds roll. There's a healing in the embers for a weary soul. From the pondering porch to the leather and the grain, where the kings of the smoke, where the salt of the plain. Pass the fire to your brother, let the circle sit till the last draw's taken. Keep 'em lit, yeah, keep 'em lit. Let it burn slow. Keep 'em lit.
Hello, and welcome to Keep 'em Lit, guys. It's good to have you all here with us tonight. I'm Keith Meisner, aka CigarPop.
And I'm Lance with Cigar Reviews by Lance.
And if you're new here, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Also, tap that bell so you know when we go live or we post something new. So, Lance, what's on the agenda for tonight?
Man, we got a doozy. One of my favorite pairings with coffee, that's the Ave Maria Dark Knight. This little Robusto is a gem of a cigar to be pairing with coffee, in my opinion, of course.
All right. Let's see what information we have on it.
This is a Nicaraguan Puro. And for those of you who are new here or new to cigars, puro simply means all three leaves, binder, the filler, and the wrapper are all made in the same country. In this case, Nicaraguan.
Yeah, according to the breakdown on it, the wrapper is a Nicaraguan Habano Maduro, which is an oily, dark, and toothy wrapper. Binder, Nicaraguan, and filler, Nicaraguan long fillers. They say that the strength and body is medium full to full. So I guess we're going to be able to determine that one real soon.
Well, Ave Maria claimed that this is one of their strongest blends on their market, but I find it perfect.
Well, it's strong enough. I've got a nice tinge to the cellophane already.
Yes, it does have a nice little yellow tint.
And
Very nicely constructed. Light veiny. It is a
to quote my friend Lee Mack, there's your density.
there's your density. This is a box pressed. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a cut. Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna show you. That's all it takes.
I'm picking up a dark cocoa, earth, leather, molasses kind of aroma to it.
I do get a leather and molasses on the cold draw.
What did I do with my cutter? Oh, here it is. I am going with a guillotine.
I did the same, my friend. Get a little toast.
It's got a good draw. Light on the resistance.
Yeah, it's got a nice cold draw. Very nice draw. Easy. It ain't like sucking a egg through a water hose.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of
I've had a
cigars like
few
that.
of
I don't
those
want to
today.
have to make a hard draw to get a cigar to puff. Nice and easy.
I don't know about you, but I just got hit with a good amount of black pepper.
I didn't want to say nothing. I was going to see what you got out of it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I hope
one
it
got me.
Oh, I hope it didn't ruin your sinuses. I know you've been fighting a little cold here lately. Oh.
Nah, it was just right off the bat with the light up. That it was like running towards the beach, and all of a sudden the wave came back in and crashed, and that wave happened to be black pepper.
Black pepper wave. You notice something with that Ave Maria box? And you brought it up earlier. Me and you were just chatting. It's a box in a box, but the box, when I got the box, it's like a Dracula coffin. That's what it reminded me of whenever I opened them.
It's a coffin within a coffin.
Yeah. It was pretty neat, but it was they're very proud of how they make them because man, it wasn't easy getting that cigar out of there. So what you do is you slide the coffin back and the cigar pops up, and it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, that's the cigar itself. A little bit of a close up. I apologize. I don't have a 360 view of it, but it's got a nice wrapper, and I really
Well, here we do
like
now.
that design of the band. Yeah, matter of fact, let me show the back of the band here. My light's kind of messing it
Ave
up.
Marias are known for their large bands too. I don't think I've ever had a cigar that didn't have a one of theirs that didn't have kind of a large band on it.
Yeah.
And of course, pairing it with my morning coffee. I'm sorry, guys. I woke up at 10 o'clock. I worked night shift, my last one, and I'm off the weekend.
I'll tell you what, there's ample smoke from this one.
Yes, it's a very nice cigar. I also get a little bit of espresso. I think I'm getting a little espresso. Oh,
I was just going to say, I'm getting some like espresso and like I don't know, is dark coca a good
he's got a little
descriptor here?
tinge of coca in it. You can taste a little sweetness.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dark chocolate cocoa kind of
Oh,
I don't know flavor note when I'm picking up, but shockingly, the retro hail is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But the black pepper is definitely, noticeable.
man, I love these cigars for morning coffee. I really do. I can't. I got on a kick about 2 weeks ago, so I was smoking one every day for my morning coffee.
Speaking of which, cheers.
Same to you, buddy. So, man, what's new in the cigar world?
Oh, well, let's
Well,
drill into this one.
since you opened Pandora's box,
Yeah. Cigar Aficionado magazine had put out an article talking about New York State introducing a generational tobacco ban bill. And that is, I don't know. I don't even want to jump into the politics side of it, but the bill basically introduced to the New York State Assembly is A11509. It would create a generational tobacco ban. So under the proposal, anyone born after December 31st of 2007 would be permanently prohibited from purchasing tobacco or nicotine products, regardless of their age. Unlike, the current age restrictions, these individuals would never become legally eligible to purchase cigars, cigarettes, pipe tobacco, smokeless tobacco, or even vape products. The bill was referred to the Assembly Health Committee on May 28th, 2026. Supporters argued that the measure would create a future tobacco free generation and reduce smoking related disease. Opponents contend it creates unequal treatment among adults, establishes a permanent age based prohibition, and raises concerns about personal liberty and enforcement. The proposal follows similar generational ban efforts that we've seen in other jurisdictions, and it comes amid broader efforts to further restrict the tobacco and nicotine products across the U.S. and even internationally. They just did this in the UK.
yeah. And Matt, there's a small town in Massachusetts, I think called Borderline or Brookline or something like yeah, Brookline. They done it.
Man, as I was sitting here talking about, I should have shown the screen. So here's the article. It is available online on the Cigar Aficionados magazine's website.
Yeah, there
And
you
if you
go.
scroll down, right here is where you can support their petition. Oop, looks like I need to zoom out a little bit here so that it can be seen. Well, that's a little bit on the small side for you guys. But PCA's position is that the premium cigars are already heavily regulated, age restricted products purchased primarily by adults. The organization contends that the bill undermines personal responsibility, consumer freedom, and small businesses that rely on adult tobacco sales. They're encouraging New York cigar consumers, retailers, and industry supporters to contact lawmakers and oppose A11509 before it advances through committee.
This is crazy, man. Yeah, any way you cut it, it's crazy. It's just Big Brother trying to control.
I mean, the way I look at it, it's not whether someone is 18, 21, or 65. The debate's whether government should permanently prohibit one generation of legal adults from making a choice that previous generations are still allowed to make.
Right.
You know,
And it's only
they're
going to
saying
affect the new
if you're an
generation.
adult today, you're okay. But if you're an adult
Right.
tomorrow, you're screwed.
You're grandfathered in like us.
Yeah. If two adults are standing side by side, one is 25 today and one is 25, just after December 31st. Or
2028.
right. Basically, you're saying that two equal age people who are able to vote, serve on a jury, sign contracts, join the military, they should have the same rights. But this is saying that simply because one state wants to do a generational ban, you're now no longer equal to somebody else that's the same age.
Well, not to get too political, but we know what color that state is. And I'm sure a lot of other states, much like it, will try to go to it. And what about the taxes, too? These taxes on cigars or tobacco products is getting crazy.
Yes. I mean, that's even something that I had pulled up just before we started this episode. And, some of the taxes that I had see is just, it's ridiculous. Um, like Alaska, 75% of the wholesale price. So if it's wholesale $1, it's now $1.75. That's
Well,
crazy.
I mostly keep up with just Louisiana stuff. I mean, I do look at other stuff, but like Louisiana, the tax, they finally put a cap, even though it sounds expensive as God get out, but a cap on cigars, premium cigars, and boutique cigars is 50 cents for every cigar, not a box, per cigar.
Yeah, I'm showing that it's 20% of the invoice price with a 50-cent cap on,
Yeah, 50-cent
premium
cap.
sticks.
I mean, that to me, so if you pay $1 for a cigar, you're gonna pay $1.50 for it now.
Yeah, but if it's $2.50 or $2, it's now $2.50. If it's $3, it's still $3.50 because it's not going to
Yes.
keep going up per dollar.
Correct. It's not. It's done capped out. Yes.
Yeah.
But you have like on cigarettes, for example, compare apples to apples. They tax $1, I think $1.09 on a pack of cigarettes. I think what comes in the pack? 20, 25 cigarettes? I don't smoke cigarettes, so I don't know. But per thousand of packs of cigarettes sold and per thousand of cigars sold, it equals out the same, about $2,500 a year. If you buy 1,000 cigarettes packs or 1,000 cigars, the tax about the same comes out.
I don't know. I mean, is
Where's
it
it
the
going to
government's
end?
role to delay adult choices until maturity or to permanently eliminate choices for future generations?
No. You know,
And if the
that's
government can
the
permanently ban one legal product for future generations, what's
where
to
does it
prevent them
stop?
from, doing it to other things, other products,
Correct.
anything under the sun?
You're absolutely correct. It's got to start somewhere, and they're trying to start there where they started with alcohol back in prohibition days. Now this and this, and where's it going to
Well, I
end?
mean, there's even states that were trying to do it with sugary beverages, fast foods,
Yes.
energy
Well,
drinks, firearms. I mean, it's got to end somewhere. We just have to make sure that we band together, and luckily, somebody like PCA is filing a petition to prevent it.
right. Yeah, like I said, it hasn't come into law yet, but they're sure trying to push it. And PCA is fighting tooth and nail. And if you're someone out there who wants to join the PCA and help this
Show
legislation,
this shirt off. See if you can see it. I only smoke cigars on days that end in Y.
Amen, brother.
You know, today is a real good day to figure out why.
Why? Man, I'm
Why am
enjoying
I
this Ave
enjoying?
Maria.
I'm just
How you
saying
liking
that.
it?
Why am I enjoying this?
Because it ends in Y. Friday or Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday. Every day ends in Y.
Sunday's my favorite day. Sunday, I get to spend it with my friend Keith here.
Uh, and speaking of which, I'm shifting into the second third on this, and it seems like the pepper's starting to recede a little bit. It's still in there; it's in the background, but there's like a subtle
Yeah.
sweetness that's starting.
Howdy. Yeah, it's got a little bit of sweetness to it, a little coca in it.
Yeah. I should have got my Ember cup out, but instead I've got my CigarPop.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove my band.
Yeah, like I said, I had to take off that secondary band. I think I'm getting a little bit close to the primary as well.
But that's a pretty cool little band, though. They do have some large bands. They're kind of a chivalry, kind of like a shield back in the warrior days, kind of looking
You know,
bands.
speaking of large bands, I got to get my hands on that Revere 250th.
Hmm.
That's like three-quarter band.
Yeah, that's what Nate was telling us about. You know who else has a huge band on their cigar? That's that Diesel Desert Walker. I think you take like
Oh
three or
yeah.
four puffs, and all of a sudden you're at the band. You got to remove it. It's ridiculous. I'm doing more talking than smoking, man. I got to relight. I got to touch up my cigar. Yeah, you got some cigars that have little bitty old tiny bands, and I can understand it. But I tell you what, I do find that's classy on cigars is a foot band. A nice foot band always looks classy.
I mean, it definitely gives it a nice look, even if it's just a ribbon. And some people just don't understand why that thing's put in place to begin with. To me,
Protection.
I think it helps catch your eye, but two, it's protection for the foot.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's the same thing with cellophane on the cigars. Now I know Padron don't cellophane their cigars, but most people put cellophane on there and it's for protection. Oh, that's beautiful, man.
I got to learn how to aim that better with the camera.
And guys, if you ever in that debate, cellophane on or off in your humidor, I always go for on. Always. It serves so many different purposes. If you're pulling out a cigar and you drop one on the floor, possibly like I do, that cellophane protects it. If you happen to get a little mold on one particular cigar, it keeps it in there. It don't spread to other cigars. I mean, it's just so many positives. And
And
cellophane
tobacco
is
beetles
breathable.
is an issue. You know, they have their processes to freeze them, make sure that there's, no eggs or anything like that's going to develop down the road. But if one happens to slip through and they're non cellophane cigars, they can spread to all of your cigars.
Oh, that I'd cry. I would cry if I had my cigar stash messed up. But yeah, and I don't recommend putting your cigars in a freezer or refrigerator either.
I am getting a little bit of a hang. I don't know if you can see that. Right here, the shoulder's starting to lift.
Uh-oh.
Time for my handy dandy cigar glue.
Mine's still all aces to me. I'm telling you guys, if you're a big coffee drinker, like I drink coffee every morning I wake up, this Ave Maria Dark Knight is a must try, in my opinion.
There we go. Fixed on the fly.
We got to learn to improvise.
I'll tell you what, I never realized I'd have so many accessories when it came to smoking cigars.
Yeah.
Nubber tools, uh, draw enhancement tools. So there's my draw tool,
Some of them you hope you never have to use.
my nubber.
Yeah.
That thing is, look at that pitchfork.
I like that other number you got.
Oh, you mean
You know the one I'm talking about.
that one I used earlier today?
Yes.
Yeah, my
That's it.
fancy nubber.
That's it. That's the number.
I wonder if I could find one that's got a box end bowl so I can stick a box end cigar in it.
You could probably rig up something like that, or there's somebody out there got a gimmick for it, I'm sure.
True.
If not, hey, that's something invention you need to come up with. Patent it. So have you written any good songs lately?
Well, I just released a third single called "What the Hell Do You Know About Me," and that is now available on 150 plus platforms worldwide as well. But
Awesome.
just before that, which is one of the reasons why I released that third single, I've been sitting on it for a while because I submitted my first two songs to American Songwriter, and it's a lyrics contest, and if you win, then you get to, share in a uh, be like a co-writer for a song. And I figured I'd take that third song and have it co-written with somebody.
Why
But I
not?
did
Yeah.
a song for Grouchy Monkey Cigars, and after I had played that, people were like, "Oh man, this is really good. You ought to, write some more and put it out." And I was like, "Well, I've been sitting on this other one. If something were to happen to me today, then nobody would have ever heard the song." So I decided I was just going to go ahead and release it, and it's now it's handled by BMI Music, and DistroKid is distributing it.
Awesome. Awesome.
And all three of my songs are available on YouTube. If you go to the CigarPop YouTube page, you'll find "Keep 'Em Lit, Guys," which is also our theme song. We play that at the beginning of every podcast.
I can't stop listening to that song. Even it's been out several weeks. I still listen to it at least 2 or 3 times a day.
There you go. And then the second song is "Hard Luck Star." Um, I mean, all three of my songs that I've written are based on true life, experiences. Keep 'Em Lit started on the pondering porch. And then I was
You-
getting ready to head to the lounge, and it just all fell into place. Hard Luck
Life's
Star was talking
experiences.
about things were going great, and then all of a sudden, the devil came a knocking, and that devil was my wife had stage 4 cancer, and wasn't expected to survive 9 to 10 months out even with treatment. But miracles do happen, and prayers do get
Absolutely.
answered, and they came out with a miracle cure, and it actually saved her life. And lucky for me, she was there because when cancer came knocking on my door, my wife was there to help, you know, keep me out of the darkness that was filling my mind.
Yeah, because she'd already gone through it and she knew what to expect, and
Yeah, she was my anchor.
that's the love of a good woman.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm slacking. I don't know if I'm talking too much or not smoking enough, but I got to catch up.
Well, while you go ahead and puff away, I'm going to also pop up here. If anybody is interested in getting the Keep 'Em Lit Guys podcast stickers, you can just go ahead and send an email with your name and address to keepemlitguys@gmail.com. Right now, the first 25 people who request one will get it for free. After that, I'm going to have to charge for shipping and handling.
Man, I fix to run out of coffee. I ain't done with my cigar. Usually I time it just about perfect.
Well, I used to drink espresso every morning, large cups of
Ooh,
espresso, like 15-ounce cups, and people thought I was nuts.
yeah, you put a
Um,
little kick in your step there.
oh yeah, that was one where it was a one and done cup for the day, and after that you're drinking regular coffee. Because if I would have done 2 cups of espresso that were 15-ounce cups, I would have the jitters all day long. People think I'd have Parkinson's. I'd be shaking so much.
I don't know, like 3 or 4 Red Bulls. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. Jeez,
Yeah, I definitely had some times where my heart was thumping. Felt like
that's
the
a horrible
adrenaline was
feeling
kicking
too.
in. Yeah. It was almost like I was in fight or flight mode. Yet all I
Oh,
was doing was like sitting in a chair doing paperwork or something. But I love the flavor of a dark coffee, dark ground roast coffee. That's why I always gravitated back to the espressos.
now that you mentioned that, there's more and more cigar companies, new ones, are coming out with their own coffee blends. I've been
Well, if you
noticing that
consider it,
lately.
coffee is like the number one pairing choice for cigars.
I
Obviously,
would
bourbon
agree.
whiskey comes in
Yeah,
second. But yeah, I
like Hyman with
typically
Grouchy
prefer
Monkey got his
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah, I bought a bag of his coffee, and actually it's almost empty now. I got to order another bag. It's a good medium roast, very flavorful. I was very surprised when I got it, and like I said, I'm more of a darker roast person, so I had asked Hyman if he was coming out with that, and that's on the horizon. But I was pleasantly surprised by the coffee that he came out with, and it paired very well, not only with his cigars, but pretty much all the other cigars I've been smoking.
I haven't had the opportunity to try his coffee, which is odd because how much I love coffee. I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and do it because here in Louisiana, we're known for community coffee, and it is fantastic. A lot of people don't like it, say it's a little too strong, but man, I love it.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, when I was on the road on a daily basis, I was kind of the same way. I always had a cup of coffee with me, and a lot of the places where I got coffee, they also offer free refills. So I always kept my cup to make several stops throughout the day.
Oh yeah.
And luckily for me, they not only had coffee, but they also had a bathroom to use.
That's
It's
one
only
thing
rented.
coffee will assist you in that part of your anatomy.
Yeah, it's only rented.
Another a buddy of mine named Brad Williams, he's got a cigar line coming out. He's also told me about yesterday that he's going to have coffee also. Iron Leaf Cigars. I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. I
Yeah, I mean, cigars, especially in the boutique side, it's craft, just like they had the craft breweries. People are mixing, they're just mixologists that comes out with something that provides you flavors that you normally wouldn't find in the everyday off the shelf cigar, coffee pack, etc.
right.
Um, so I'm definitely the kind of person that likes to try different coffees. Black Rifle coffee was one of the ones that I
Ooh,
gravitated to a lot.
that's a good coffee. Yes.
Oh yeah, I used to get their K cups all the time. I mean, I literally did not just buy the box; I bought a case. That's how much I would drink their
Oh,
coffee.
I've had a few of them. A couple of guys I work with were ex-military, and they loved it. And when I tried it, that put a little pep in your step too. Their coffee's a little on the bold side. You know what? You know what I'd like to see though. Just for example, for example, you do Folgers. Let's see if Folgers comes out with a cigar now.
Well, if you sit there and think about it, look at the bourbons that are coming out with cigars.
I don't recommend that.
The
Which one is
Buffalo
it?
Trace,
Buffalo Trace cigar?
yeah,
No.
I hate to say it, but yeah, I went from great alcohol to not so great cigar.
Yeah, I'm
Luckily I only bought a 5 pack of their cigars. I had smoked a couple, and I was like, well, maybe I'll let them rest a little bit. And then I went to light up my third one out of the pack. I ended up finding that there was plastic in it.
plastic.
Yeah, there was a little shred of plastic, and I took a picture and I sent it to I can't remember which cigar company it was that I had purchased it from. And told them uh, they nicely sent me replacement cigars, but it was just mind boggling. I mean,
You should have told them, no,
I
don't
don't
send me
know
no
who it
replacement.
was
Send me something.
that manufactured those cigars for them, but they ought to take a look at the quality control aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, now see, I've heard great deals about Weller. Now I love their bourbons. Weller, they've got a cigar by Cohiba puts it out.
Cohiba, yeah.
I am dying to try that. A couple of buddies
Every
have
time I
tried
go
it.
into to Spartan, they've got the Wella Cohibas there, and I keep wanting to get it, but I end up
They're,
I
they're a little
go
pricey.
I walk straight into their humidor. I pick out my cigars. I purchase. I go to sit down, and as I'm cleaning up at the end, and I'm going to put my stuff in the garbage can, right next to the garbage can, that's where they've got the Cohibas. I'm like, oh man, I forgot about it again. Well, I'll get it the next time I'm here, and then next time I'm there, I do the same thing. Forget
Do the
about it
same
until the
thing.
end. Yeah, I blame it on all the surgeries I've had to have over the last several years. They call it anesthesia amnesia. I forget
I've
shit a
never heard
lot.
that one.
Yeah.
But that's the last sip of that.
Yeah, I've been taking baby sips of mine. I'm at the bottom.
Well, Keith, I am not at all dissatisfied with this Ave Maria. As usual, I love them. I mean, like I said, I got on a week-long kick where I was smoking one every day with my coffee when I woke up.
It's not bad. The only thing I'm noticing is I'm thinking this is a little higher in nicotine. I can feel the strength of the cigar.
You getting a little buzz?
Not where I'm getting the sweats, but I can feel that. Yeah, this is definitely a nicotine kick.
Yeah. A little nice piece of sugar or dark chocolate. That would help with that.
Yeah. And
Oh.
as I'm transitioning into my final third here, basically the strength is ramping up. It's becoming, significantly more bold. So it's a full bold experience, but it's robust.
Well,
Especially with that almost like a bitter black coffee and intense earthly flavors I'm picking up in this final third.
well, Ava Maria does say that this is probably one of their boldest cigars they make.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So good though. Man. So what else, man, is out going on out there in the cigar world? What do we got new coming out? Let's see. Somebody's always got a new cigar coming out, I'm sure. Let's see.
And speaking of new coming out, our calendar's starting to fill up with future guests. We are
I'm
now scheduled
excited.
out into August.
I'm excited. I don't want to let's don't give it away who's coming out, but
Yeah, we're not going to give away. You'll find out, just before each episode. But we do have some, I guess, industry bigwigs on the horizon. A lot of new and up and coming cigar brands and blends coming out. And a couple of our prior guests are definitely on the horizon to make a secondary appearance.
Yeah, a couple guests we've had already, so knowledgeable, so informative, man. Great guys. Love it.
Yes, definitely. And
Maybe
for
we'll
the
even get
everyday
on my
smoker, I mean, that's one of the things that this podcast is for. We're just a couple of guys that like to keep them lit. So if you like to keep them lit and learn a little bit about the industry, and hear us talk and smoke different cigars and find out what flavors we're picking up,
and no
make sure you
fluff.
subscribe to keep them lit. You want to subscribe to Cigars Daily Review by Lance. You want to subscribe to CigarPop, and we're also adding Rumble to the list as well. So we'll start broadcasting on Rumble as well.
And I hope Rumble, that branch of social media, catches on like YouTube has. It's a kind of a slower, not as known.
Yeah, I mean the go-to is YouTube, but they're putting a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean, it's been,
restrictions on tobacco, alcohol, firearms. I mean, three of the fun things in America.
yeah. Guys, I'd like to ask y'all a question out there. How would you like to occasionally have somebody on with a little bourbon knowledge or whiskey knowledge, give some advice on the pairing with cigars? I had my nephew on. What was it, last week? Last live we had, or
The one that
a
we
couple
had
ones?
with Nate from Revere.
So that was 2 episodes ago. My nephew Daniel, he's very knowledgeable. He knows all about the whiskeys and adult spirits. I'd like to have him on every once in a while and maybe give him a cigar that we're smoking and ask his opinion on what he thought would be good to pair with these cigars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of too many people who just smoke a cigar and not have anything to drink with it.
Right.
Um, I mean, even if I'm just on my pondering porch and relaxing, I'll have something, whether it's a soda, water, mineral water, coffee, etc. Um, During the day, that would be my go-to, but in the evening, I am definitely up for an adult beverage.
The other day I was enjoying a sparkling water with the coffee, and that was surprisingly not bad at all. I enjoyed it. I don't remember the brand name of it offhand, but my wife had a 6 pack of it in the refrigerator, and I grabbed one out of curiosity and enjoyed it.
I found that sparkling water kind of cleanses the palate a little bit. So, depending on the cigar you're smoking, you might pick up some additional flavor notes or a little bit more
Yeah.
nuance in the cigar.
Oh man. Well, I'm about winding down on mine finally. I might have caught up to you. I don't know. Nope, I ain't caught up. You gonna be able to break out your fancy nub?
I don't know if I can squeeze this box press into that bowl or not.
Yeah, I believe they claim this is a 54, but I don't see it. I could be wrong. Box press may be fooling me.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it a
I do have a ring gauge that I use, but it's round. It's not for a box press, so
box press?
it's kind of hard to try and gauge. But it would be pretty nice if they had them. But you have different sizes. I've seen some that are like true box, like it's a square, or it might be flat like a rectangle, or you know, or you get the placencia with the octagon, or not octagon. What is that? Oh crap! I'm drawing a blank. What is it? Five-sided.
But oh crap! Now you made me Google what's a 5-sided. I do remember Nate talking about how he can judge some of his cigars by his ring finger. His ring fits a perfect 52.
Yeah, let's see what I can find here.
So I see Davidoff is coming up with a new cigar called Year of the Horse, supposed to come out this year. Now,
Oh, it's called a
Davidoff is known for
hexagon.
their pricey cigars, but
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but I just pulled
no.
up Placentia's site. It's the hexagon.
Hectagon. Okay. And math and geometry and stuff wasn't my strong suit. I was more into recess and lunch.
Yeah, I think my favorite classes were lunch, gym,
Gym
and homeroom.
and homeroom. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think I learned more in homeroom than I did in my other classes.
And knowing and looking back now, I really wish I'd applied myself more instead of being into sports and girls back then. I wish I'd applied myself more to school. Probably could have saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I had done, and it's kind of revealing when I sit back and think about it. I grew up where my parents put us through Catholic school, and then I kept pestering them to get me out of Catholic school. I went to go to public school.
You went to
All
Catholic
my friends
school?
were, yeah. So I went
I
from
did
Catholic
too.
school from kindergarten all the way through fifth grade, and then sixth grade started middle school. So I pestered my parents to let me go to a public middle school. And in my first year of public middle school, I was scoring very high. They We had different levels in there, so it'd be like 6A, B, C, D, E, etc. And if you're in 6A, you were at the advanced classes, and if you're in six, say D, you were in less advanced classes,
Right.
more remedial. Um, when I went in, I was an A because I came from a Catholic school with a lot of discipline, and I was very studious, more or less. I definitely paid attention when I was in Catholic school, but now I'm with all my friends in public school. At that point,
You fell right
I,
in.
I I fell into the friend category rather than the studies category, and I started getting into the sports and friends, and then hanging out after school. So I definitely wasn't a person who did homework, and if I did, it was on the ride on my way back to school,
Right.
or the
Keith, I
classroom
was
before that.
same exact story for me as what you just said. Same exact. When I switched to my sophomore year public school system, and same exact thing. I got tired. I said to my grandmother, I said, I wanted to stop wearing uniform. I want to dress like the rest of the kids. And when I went to high school my sophomore year, man, I was A's, all A's. And then I fell right in line with the rest of my friends. And I was like,
I was a straight
same
A
exact.
student when I was in Catholic school.
Yeah.
In my sixth grade, I was like a AB, and by the second semester, I was like probably a CD. And as long as I
Yeah.
got C's, my parents were like, "Well, I guess you're average, and you're doing something." Yeah, I was doing something. I was doing the homework in the class before the class I was going to turn in the homework. Um,
Oh,
Never
I
really
used
good
to,
on getting projects done at home and bringing them in on time either.
yeah, because when you got home, you didn't want to do homework. You wanted to go out and run the roads and play with your buddies and whatever.
I was into BMX bikes and skateboards, and
Yes, BMX.
yeah, I was out riding trails through the woods and going on adventures and fishing and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, indeed. That's why
Yeah,
we
there
get
was a
along so
place
well.
called
We
the
have a
Manor that we
very
used to go
similar
fishing.
background. We have a very similar background, you and I. Two peas
And
in a
then
pod.
when I in high in my middle school ended up pulling ninth grade out of high school and put it into the middle school, and made the middle school now a junior high school. So my year, where I was supposed to be a freshman in high school, I was actually a freshman still in the middle school, now considered junior high school. So I had one day in our actual high school before we moved from Pennsylvania to New Jersey. When I moved to New Jersey, I had to meet all new people. But when I got done school, my grandfather owned a body shop that actually happened to be next to the high school. So my deal was I'd rather go do body work, paint work, frame work. I'd even detail cars on the weekends and stuff and make extra money. I mean, I wasn't even paying attention to sports anymore in high school because I was all into that money.
Yes.
But I loved hanging out with my grandfathers. Both my grandfathers worked at the shop, so I got to hang out with my grandfathers. And then when my father would come home from work, he would come to the shop. So it was three generations all in the body shop. So I spent all my time doing that, and really wasn't paying attention to school. But when I got out, I went straight into the body shop, and I was running my grandfather's body shop. And then eventually, his shop got robbed. We lost all of our tools, and my tools over the years I had purchased. It was $88,000 worth of tools in '88. Snap-on is very expensive,
Still is.
but the insurance didn't cover my tools. They only covered my grandfather's. So we went to the
That's
homeowners, and homeowners wouldn't cover my tools because they were work related. So not having tools, I really couldn't do body work and framework no more. And my grandfather decided that's the time for him to go ahead and retire and close down the shop. So after that, I had my head in hands. I started doing estimating. I started in automotive and heavy equipment estimating, motorcycles and things of that sort. And I still did some work on the side because my grandfather had basically a backyard body shop. I did custom paint work and stuff like that for people I knew. But when I went into business for myself, I realized, man, I should have really paid more attention in school.
yeah.
So I not only was I running a business, I was also going to night school to learn more about business in order to grow my businesses.
So did your father or grandfather, they ever smoke cigars?
My my dad's father, he only smoked cigarettes. My
Mine
mom's
too.
father, he smoked cigarettes on the daily, but he also smoked a cigar and mostly a pipe. And that's where I was mentioned before. Growing up, I used to always go into his piano, guitar, violin studio room where he also smoked his pipe, and I would go over and lift those jars just to that smell that pipe tobacco. It was just
Yes.
so intoxicating. I miss those days, and I missed the opportunity I would have had to sit on the porch with my grandfather and smoke a pipe or smoke a cigar with him.
Yeah, my parents, they were all into the cigarettes. I guess that was more readily available than the cigars. I'm not sure. I was young and I didn't care for the smell of cigarettes. I knew it's something that just turned me off completely. So I never smoked cigarettes. I went straight from not smoking nothing till about 6, 8 years ago, whatever. Picked up my first cigar from some guys at work, and it started ever since then. So I skipped the whole pipe, cigarettes, was straight to cigars.
I never smoked a pipe until just last year. I bought my first pipe and got the tobacco, and I kind of had to learn it off of YouTube because I remember seeing what my grandfather used to do, and he would just pack his pipe and go ahead and light it up with a soft flame. And I figured, okay, I'll go do the same thing. Got myself a nice cheap pipe, picked up some good tobacco, and as soon as I opened that tobacco, it was like the movies. I felt myself going, you know, like the scenes coming back. Excuse me, coming back to me, and I was right there, being a little kid on my grandfather's porch while he was lighting up his pipe.
Do
It
you
was
do
a
you
good
remember what
memory.
your do you remember what your first cigar was that you ever smoked?
Yeah, the one I snuck out of his ashtray. It was a
You
Phillies.
Phillies. I never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, Phillies is I don't know if they're a short tobacco or not, but it's got like a manufactured wrapper on it. And I guess they're a good, affordable gas station cigar that you can get. They're readily available in this area, especially since I'm so close to Philly. But my first, like I had mentioned in a previous podcast, was my grandfather got up to go use the bathroom and he put his cigar down. And as soon as he went in the door, I went, and I was like, ugh, it's wet. And then I started coughing because as I took my first puff off of it, I'm thinking it's like a cigarette. I inhaled it.
And oh, did you turn green?
Well, when he came out, I was sitting back in my rocking chair and he looked right at me and he knew I had touched the cigar. I must have been as green as your shirt.
Yeah, I bet so. I bet so. My first was a Man of War Ruination. First cigar I ever smoked in my life. And that was an eye opener. And like you said, at least my buddies told me, hey, do not inhale. I said, okay. I didn't inhale, but it's hard not to. But I fell in love.
Yeah, I mean, I don't smoke it for the nicotine. I don't smoke it because it's a habit. It's
No.
because I've gone days, I've actually gone weeks without a cigar. I don't go through withdrawal other than the fact that I like to have one in my hand. It's a good time to reflect, to relax, you know, think about the day or the week or the month. Uh, and that's how I sat on my pondering porch and put together Smoke Signals, which is 365 reflections for Cigar Soul. And every day, and when you're coming home from work and your mind is running crazy with everything you're dealing with at work and the traffic and you know it's just your craziness, if you open
Just
up the book
life.
and go to a specific day, you could just read that day's reflection and it just gives you something different to think about. That's why it's a daily devotional.
Well, today, guys, to, to reiterate, we're smoking the Ave Maria Dark Knight. CigarPop and I paired it with coffee, which I'm out of coffee now. I'm back to water.
Yeah, I'm on my final sip
And
now.
this is my opinion, one of the best cigars to pair with coffee because I like the espresso. I like the little black pepper on the retro. It's just a very good, well-made cigar by Ave Maria. I enjoy it. There's a lot of
Yeah,
cigars out there that pair well with coffee, but this is have to be one of my top three.
well, the one thing with the black pepper in this final third, it's definitely ramped up.
Has it?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm so used to it, I don't notice it as much. I'm still getting a little bit of the espresso, and I'm at the nub part. I get a lot of the espresso still.
Yeah, I'm about ready to
Yeah,
put
you're
mine
about done
down.
too. So maybe that's our cue.
Uh, well, I want to thank everybody for coming out, watching Keep 'em Lit, guys. Again, I'm Keith Meisner, aka CigarPop.
I'm Lance with Cigar Reviews by Lance.
And if you like this episode, go ahead and share it with your friends. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And have yourselves a good evening.
Have a good one, guys, and keep them lit. For more pro tips and honest reviews, like, subscribe, and as always, keep them lit, guys.